Hello and happy Saturday, everybody. Welcome to Now That's Disney Night Live. What's going on?
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Aaron. Hi, welcome in Ed and Morgan from the Disney Nerds podcast and the Disney Nerds Facebook group. If you've watched the Disney Nerds on Tuesday night, their live show, or heard their podcast, the Disney Nerds podcast, then you know Ed and Morgan, and we're happy to have them here with us tonight on a Saturday. Welcome in.
Hey, welcome. Thank you.
I gotta say, guys, that was an awesome intro.
Oh, thanks.
It was so zen.
Yeah.
Very zen.
I was like,
I know.
Yeah, I will say my favorite thing about that intro is Dave doing the Force, and Chewbacca's right behind him, giving him side eye, like, "What are you doing?"
We got photos by Chewie. Yeah, he was like, "Dude, take a hike."
He knows a real Jedi when he sees one.
Yeah.
He was not feeling it.
Or not.
I'm more of a Sith, right?
There you go.
that's what he was sensing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was made by my wife
after
Kim.
4 cocktails. I've hung out with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm a Jedi at 2 and a Sith at 4.
Love that.
I'm scared to ask what happens when you get to 6. I mean, dang.
Then we get Star Trek.
things
We
happen.
get Star Trek level, and that's just scary.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There's so much to choose from.
Watching on Tuesday nights, watching the Disney Nerds and seeing Jimmy and like chatting back and forth and stuff. And I think it would be bad if him and I ever got together and kind of like toured around Epcot with drinks and stuff.
Dave, I would walk around with the camera and film that.
Yeah.
Like a challenge.
That would be highly entertaining for everybody else around, I feel like.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
I bet you we could Patreon that and make some money.
Oh, yeah.
It's possible.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, that's my comment. Thanks for putting that up there, Skipper Jay. Hello, Donald. Disney Don's taking the night off, but we have Aaron here with us. We've got Skipper Jay, and again, we've got Ed and Morgan. We're Disney Night Live. We come live to you every Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern. We know it's a Saturday, but we appreciate your time. This is really just an excuse for me to kind of hang out with my friends and have some beer and talk Disney.
On a Saturday,
on a Saturday,
It's a good
this
excuse.
is what we do. I mean, listen,
it's
what
really
else
just
do
our
you do?
hangout, but you guys get the privilege of seeing it.
Yeah, really. This is like
Wow.
the private. Yeah,
The behind the scenes.
right. I'm going to change my view here. I'm
Behind
working
the
off
scenes is like Cheers, but happy.
I am happy. Norm, I've got a brand new laptop. Tonight's the first night. So, oh my God, my view behind me is so much bigger than I ever expected with this laptop. I'm so excited.
Nice.
We can finally see your
yeah.
wall.
You could see all the things. I had to put something here tonight. I never even went to the Riviera, but we got this. So it's on my wall here now because there was a blank space, Taylor.
Yeah.
You know?
So
Very
anybody,
nice.
when you see Dave, ask him how the Riviera was.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
How was
Watch a
his
lot
day
of
there?
vlogs on it. It's great. Food's awesome.
Walk through it
We,
once. That's about it.
Yeah. I saw
It
that
looks
mural
really
thing.
nice.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? I keep saying that whenever we're live and we talk about the Riviera that I think it would be the perfect resort for my wife Kim and I to kind of do like a childless stay, like maybe a staycation and go there for a couple days, and it just has that vibe to it.
Yeah.
Absolutely,
Aaron's
absolutely.
agreeing with me. That's
You know,
why.
Dave, I gotta tell you, somebody who goes without kids on every single trip,
Ooh.
you're gonna have a great time.
I was
You're
just
gonna
gonna say
have
the
a
same
great
thing,
time.
Skipper Jay.
Oh, yeah, that's true too. There's a lot of places you'll have a great time without the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Riviera might be a little
Picture
more
it as
special.
one long date.
What? Yeah, exactly. Just like a weekend staycation with no kids. Not that our kid is bad. I mean, he loves Disney, and he's at the point now where it's pretty awesome. He's 14, but
Yeah.
it's still
Mhm.
kind of nice to do some alone time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
And
Right.
the kid's he's probably at a point like, yeah, I don't want to hang out with mom and dad. Like, I want my time. I want to go hang out with my friends. So
Yeah,
yeah.
you know what? He's really good in a way, but now he's at that point where, like, if he's in his room playing a video game and I'll like open the door, he's like, "What are you doing here?" And I'm like, "You mean like in the house or in your room or like I don't understand." Like,
Your
I
room
live
that
here.
you don't pay for and
On
pay
the
for your
planet.
bills.
that's what I always say
Entered
to
my
him.
domain. What do you want?
Right. Yeah, he's like shocked. I'm like, yeah, I kind of live in this house with you.
Yeah.
Hello to everybody tuning in tonight. Again, we're live. If you could please share us out. Put up a new podcast tonight. Episode 47 is out. That was last week's episode where Disney Don and the Fabulous Marie gave us a room tour of Boulder Ridge, 2-bedroom.
Dave, that's episode 47. We are five weeks away from our 1-year anniversary as a podcast.
I know this is exciting. I never thought that we would even be a podcast. So Ed and Morgan, we just take this show and we put it out as an audio. So although it's a visual show, give people the chance to listen.
Well, if I start narrating, you know why. It's for the listening audience.
Yeah, which we do that. We do that too sometimes with our live shows. Sometimes, and we tell people when we're live, like, "Hey guys, this is also going to be the podcast that week." So sometimes we do that too. So I totally get it.
Sure, it's an easy crossover.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. You try to extend your reach out there,
especially on good news weeks like the D23 announcement. It's a
Yeah.
perfect example where we did our live show. And as we're doing the live show, we know we're going to be doing that for the podcast. So we were talking about it very well, explaining it and things like that, making sure the pictures were coming alive.
There's no reason to repeat it. Go ahead.
And it was actually good because, like, I think the week before we did our predictions on the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
So on the live show, it was like, wow, we predicted this right, or we predicted this wrong, or we kind of got it. So like that's really cool when we do that.
I'm going to ask everybody in the room. I'm going to ask everybody in the audience, because the number one thing I took away from D23 is Pegleg Pete is coming back. I love that bird.
Right.
And I forgot all the rest. I just know Pegleg Pete's back.
I've watching Soarin' coming back right away this week and seeing the Soarin' over California at Epcot right away was great because the announcement happened and we got it without waiting. So those type of announcements, that worked out really well.
Yeah, Figment meet and greet and the Soarin', and Epcot was packed yesterday. So some new food items, right? And I think a couple of the newer food booths opened up, but the Soarin' was open.
Our one co-host Sam is there actually right now, and he was right before we got on texting us pictures of that Mickey-shaped cake on a stick with the nitrogen little pebbles on it. That looked pretty cool. And that was kind of one of the odd things about this year's Food and Wine was that they staggered the openings of different kiosks.
Yes.
Right.
Last year, they gave us different menus as the season went on, but the same amount of kiosks, once they all opened in like June, they were open all summer and the rest of it. But this year, it seemed like they kind of did it a little bit more staggered.
Yeah, I think they did that with Flower and Garden too. Like some of them weren't open right in the beginning. They opened maybe a couple months later. And I like that because, if you're going to Epcot on a constant basis, you live, in the area and you're visiting Epcot all the time for that, then you have something new to try. It gives you a different option. So
gives you something to look forward to.
Local, apparently,
right.
It makes me want to come back and back and back as the festival goes on.
Right. Sure. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Something new opens up, new food item. You want to go there, a new cocktail or something, maybe.
Plus, I mean, the festivals are so long that even if you're not a local, it gives you that excuse to go back more than once to a festival. Because before it was like, okay, I've done that festival one and done for the year.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I mean, and Epcot's become one big festival, which I don't mind. I think it's great. You know, they just kind of run them all into each other.
Yeah.
You know, because Epcot's beautiful as it is, but these festivals add something, and there's always different merch.
Wait. You say beautiful, Dave. Do you like construction? Is that a pretty view to you?
I do like construction. Okay, because construction means new things.
I was going to say, yeah, we know that construction eventually ends. We've seen it happen a lot of times in the last 20 years now. So it's worth it to get through it to get to the next thing.
Yeah, I mean, Tron took 20 years, but look at it now, you know? Yeah. Welcome in, Jimmy Horn. What's going on, Jimmy?
Hey, Jimmy.
Yeah, hey,
Jimmy
boss.
Horn, the boss, the leader of the Disney Nerds podcast and the Disney Nerds group. We're going to dive into all things Disney Nerds, but I just need to talk about our friends over at D Magic World. I don't know, Ed or Morgan, if you guys ever listen to streaming Disney music stations, but D Magic World is our sponsor, dmagicworld.com. They're a 24/7 streaming Disney music station. And I got to tell you, man, they're pretty awesome. I was jamming out at work the other day to the Disney Springs background music, which, believe it or not, is kind of like really cool.
It's upbeat. It is upbeat.
It is, right? It's there's a lot of different things going on in it. So I was really enjoying that.
And eat and shop and eat and shop and eat.
Maybe a couple drinks in there. They're on the interwebs at dmagicworld.com. You can check out what they're playing all day. They have two stations. They have their park station. They have their movie station. So you can do one or the other. I'm more of a park music fan, but I don't mind the movie music at all. I love the movie music. And you can also request whatever you want to hear, and Jasper, who runs D Magic World, will get that on for you. So please head over to dmagicworld.com and let them know that the folks over at Disney Night Live sent you.
Right.
Very cool.
Have to check it out.
Yeah, those are our friends, as Jay always says.
I was behaving this week because we have company.
The best looking listeners on, or how do you describe them?
Jasper, D23 has the sexiest listeners on the internet with the most discerning and refined taste possible. Now really use this as your drop, please.
Yeah.
Now that's a DJ voice right there.
This was
that sure is, yeah.
That's when I get professional.
That's right, professional.
That's when he's on his boat for Skipper, and that's how he talks to the guests.
Only time I ever come close to that is our intro voice. Show intro, and that's it. After that, we just go back to normal.
I worked for Disney for a long time, so I can easily snap into my customer service voice without really trying. It's a great accent to learn.
Well done.
I'm really sorry about that. I'm sorry your balloon popped.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Let me help you with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. No, Ed, you've got a nice, like, deep voice as it is. Like, that's just your regular voice. So that sounds like a good radio voice that you have. I hate my voice. I hate hearing it back.
I think all of us have a certain amount of that in ourselves. So yeah.
When I have to listen to our shows and I'm taking notes so that I can put out a podcast or something or doing something, I'm like, oh my God, I sound terrible.
Well, that's the joy of podcasts, is that you can kind of record that one intro over again, just in case, to make it sound really good.
That's why I edit all the shows I'm on, so I know what I sound like.
Right.
It's just insecurity that got me that job.
Okay, so you make yourself sound good and everybody else sound bad? Is that what you're really saying?
Bingo. As long as
let's just say good. Everybody has an problem, not me though.
Yeah.
Wait a second. So
my wife is counting my ums when we record a podcast now. And be like,
my wife is saying that when I put it on and D Magic World when I cut the lawn. Oh yeah, it's still on in the house. It's not psychedelic. It's just a lot of fun. There's especially the foreign parks music, and half of the parades are in English and half of the parades are in their language.
I love that though.
Oh,
I love
so
that.
great.
I love that.
Sure.
I love that Disney translates worldwide for everybody.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, that was the best part of Harmonious. The Epcot show where they had all the music in the right languages for the music. I thought that was a phenomenal accomplishment, the way they did that. I wish they had that for every World Showcase show.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, we're the only park that doesn't do another language, right? I mean, everything's in English, and not our park, but Walt Disney World or California, right? But all the foreign parks kind of seem to have a split, or some of the attractions might be split, or they, we don't. We don't have that. So I see Jimmy Horn said that Ed has a great radio voice. What is Jimmy Horn doing on a Saturday? This is what I picture. He's in his garage. He's drinking some beers. He's got on his LSU visor.
Not tonight.
No, not tonight.
He is out watching. Isn't it Air Supply tonight? He's out at a concert. That's why he couldn't join us tonight. That was
actual Air Supply. Nice.
I believe so.
My mom is actually coming, so we can go see Air Supply at Epcot.
Excellent.
Yeah.
A small world.
It's a reason for her to come to Florida to see me, so it's fine.
Well, that's what she's saying, to see you.
Right.
Air Supply doesn't hurt.
and yeah, as soon as they start playing, honey, go. I'm just trying to listen.
She's like, go get us some drinks. I'll be right.
Yeah.
You be back.
Aaron, and I moved to Florida because my mom hates it there and won't come visit. I'm like, yes, true.
That works.
It works. Nice. It works for you, Skipper Jay.
Well, that's pretty cool. Didn't they sing that song that the Cartman from South Park? They kind of like did it in his voice. Is that the band that they redid that in? I don't know if you guys ever heard that, but after the show, maybe Google it or YouTube it. I think Cartman sings Air Supply or somebody. Exactly. I want to talk to Morgan and Ed about Disney Nerds podcast and the Disney Nerds group. And I mean, I think the first burning question is, which came first, the podcast or the group?
The podcast.
Right?
I think it actually, I'm going to say it both happened at the same time. The podcast and the group came about because Jimmy wanted to kind of add a podcast to the group that he created on Facebook. He runs a travel agency, so that's kind of part of the behind the scenes of what we do. He had found me and my kids. We had been doing a podcast called the We're Going to Walt Disney World podcast. We'd done it for about a year, and the whole gist of it was the kids' view on things. So it was a 13 and a 15-year-old and myself, and it lasted a year till the kids got tired of me. And that was about the time that Jimmy found us too, because he had listened to the show and he found me out, and we decided to do our own podcast. And that's where the Nerds came from.
Oh, nice. So, and then so other members came, and became a part of the group and the podcast. And you mentioned Sam. So Sam has Sam's Disney Diary, right?
Right. Great Facebook, great YouTube channel. He has a Facebook page too, but the YouTube videos he puts out there are pretty incredible.
Yeah. Sam's awesome. We've had him on a couple times and we've talked Star Wars and stuff. His timelines are incredible too. Like,
oh, sure. We do so many like park walkthroughs, and there's so many different, I guess, genres that he's like big time knowledgeable on, from Star Wars to Disney to just so many different things.
Yeah.
His only flaw is Marvel. He just hasn't the knowledge.
No, right. Nothing.
He had so much in his brain that
empty.
He couldn't squeeze in the Marvel.
Is he a DC Comics person? Is he a DC Comics person over Marvel?
Neither. No room for comics.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I mean, we
let him slide.
Yeah, he is. I mean, and he's so like, even when, I tune into the Disney Nerds show on Tuesday nights, it's 9:00 Eastern time.
Yeah.
Correct.
And if Sam is on, he's so energetic. Like, I don't even think he's sitting, he's standing. And he's just a very energetic person. We've had him on like 2 or 3 times. He's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Oh, sure. No doubt.
Yeah. And
basically, like you started talking out earlier, when you have somebody come on the show as a guest and they end up staying as a host, kind of like I think Aaron here.
Yeah, Aaron.
That's how our hosts came about generically from the beginning. Sam, Charlotte, and then it basically just kept on rolling like that. Lisa and Morgan. And what having multiple hosts helped us out doing over the last 10 years was let us keep on going, because everybody's got those life things that go on. I mean, over so much time, you just get new routines. You basically have kids that start growing up, and different things like that. So it kept us going, but it's been great all along.
Yeah, I think that's the key. I mean, it's not only like having a good group of people, but having enough to have a show on a consistent basis. So, like we were talking before the show, and we kind of it was just down to me, and then my wife Kim was like, "I'll come on with you," and she's one of our co-hosts too.
Yeah.
And she does a great job. She made our intro, but Skipper Jay came over to us, and we're so grateful for that. But then, like,
I showed up for one night and I just never left. I was like, sorry, Dave, you're stuck with me.
We don't want you to leave. Don't want you to,
stuck with me.
And we've got Aaron, who's so much fun and charismatic, and sometimes we're graced with Professor Allen when he's not, working and teaching and visiting.
Wave down a
drinking and not knowing where he is at the monorail, and he winds up at the Emporium drunk.
Group texting us drunk that he's lost at Magic Kingdom somewhere, can't find his way out,
falling down like Figment.
I feel like he needs to be added to the hangout with when Jimmy comes around. Like the three of you guys.
It would be great.
Yeah.
I don't know if Jimmy likes to shop though. Yeah. So and Jimmy said a couple comments back. He said wrong. The group came first. So he's tuning in from there.
I said that. I think I said that.
Yeah. It's all right, man. Hey, I could see.
It's not that big a thing, Jimmy. We'll talk, but it's not that big.
Well, I said podcast, so that was my bad. Because I thought the podcast came first. Because I, of course, jumped in, a couple years later, and it's been 7 or 8 years since I've been a part of the team. And
right, and the live show only started probably about 3 years ago, I'd say. Once technology got good enough to let us do it online and be like secure in doing it online, then it's okay to start. We've done things over the past 10 years where we've tried to do live streaming from the parks, just ourselves and things like that, and it just never worked out well. Now it's great.
Well, actually, no, we've been doing the live show since I've been around, because that's how I found the podcast. So,
I'm sorry, I didn't realize.
Yeah, it's crazy to think though, because
the different things. Yeah,
Lisa and Jimmy started the live show, and like I said, I stumbled upon it, and I was going to Disney, and that's when Pop Century just got redone, and I was like, I'm gonna stay in Pop Century. Let me write an article. So yeah, it's kind of crazy. Like, you really think about it, like, wow, we've been around 10 years. I've been a part of the team for, like I said, 7, 8 years. It's like time has flown, which is like a good and a bad thing.
Yeah, I was thinking, Ed and Morgan, are you guys like me? It's like time flies when you're having fun. And I've been doing this for 5 years now, and it has gone by because I'm with my friends having a good time.
Yeah.
Right. Oh yeah, no doubt. We're getting ready to release our 500th show, which I just can't wrap my mind around still. I'm having a hard time finishing it up and putting it out there. We actually did 499.5 just to get the news about D23 out there, because I'm still trying to get 500 done and out the door. But it's just, you wrap your mind around it. And we like to think that we've had a good combination of the different types of shows as far as interviews and park descriptions and how to travel and games and things like that. And we like to try to keep finding new stuff too.
Yeah, it's not every week that, sorry, Morgan, but like something comes up to talk about, right? So,
right. Yeah. Although we could make it that way. I mean, you could basically, with our group of people and you guys, and you got to know it, you meet the right group of people that really that like Disney very well and have their different reasons and stuff like that. The conversation starts right away, and it can go on for hours.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, there's sometimes we start a live show and we don't have a topic. We're just like, okay, we're just going to go on. We're going to talk. Somebody asks the question.
Drives me crazy.
I love that. You just throw the ball out. Whoever grabs it, grabs it.
But it turns out really good, because somebody might ask a question like, hey, what do you think of this restaurant? Or what do you think of this resort? Like, what do you think of whatever? Mm-hmm. And it becomes the whole conversation for the rest of the night. So it's kind of cool.
One of our games is actually meant to do that. We have a game called The Wheel of Attractions, and it started out way back when with me and the kids, where we would mimic us having a carnival wheel in the office when we did our show, have the whole sound effect of it spinning, and it would land on one out of the 400 different attractions, restaurants, hotels, different things in the parks. And then we would just talk about it. So it would be one of those cold conversations based on whatever the wheel picks. Now with the live streaming, it's great because we do have a visual. It goes around. You can see them all on there where it stops. And then everybody gets to talk about this like attraction, which we haven't thought about in how long. Yeah. And, you get to have that mind dump of all those memories, things like that. A perfect example was Soarin' this week. I saw it on YouTube just to see it and check it out. And the version of it is great. The HD is incredible. And I started tearing up because I'm thinking of all the times I went on it with my kids. My kids grew up on Soarin'. Soarin' was the ride we went to at Epcot that we rope dropped, and we had to get the fast pass to, and we ran to Soarin'. Not so much anymore, but
Right.
that's how it was. And so it brought back the memory. It was nice.
Yeah, there's always something there to talk about. I mean, for me, I think, Ed, I'm like you. I have like OCD and anxiety, and I'm always like, when need a topic and a plan, and and if I'm not on, like, I kind of like, here's the topic and the plan, and but then they don't really follow the topic, but it still turns out great, Yeah,
I mean, they usually do. Like I said, the conversation really can't go wrong if it's about anything that has to do with Disney.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I mean, that's one thing that's kind of good about our group is just like Jimmy's saying here that Ed's so organized, likes to research and plan, and Jimmy shoots from the hip, because we've got different personalities running things. Between Jimmy and Ed and myself, because I run like the website, like the editing and the articles and most of the social media. So I mean, like, got 3 different people kind of making the wheel turn, and it works. And I think it would be completely different if we all had the same similar personalities, or something like it would not be what it is today if we were not.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sam's also a really good preparer. He does some really good shows that he organizes. We go back to the Illumination show we did way back when, where he just gave us the entire story of Illuminations and where it came from and why it was and this and that. And it just stood out too. So, some of us prep, some of us don't.
Well, we have a running joke with Sam that he's always got a map within arm's reach when we're on a show. And it could be something we're not talking about.
Timeline or
Sure.
Which is hilarious, because like we'll talk about Flower and Garden, which we weren't meant to, and he'll reach over and he's got a passport in his hand, and we're like, where did that come from? So
he just has it all at his fingertips. That's great.
Yeah, I'm just imagining like a blank space immediate, and with the arm's reach is this just like semicircle
stacks of like guidebooks.
Yeah. And he's got an assistant somewhere, that is just like, passport, for mine.
Yeah. The kids are there like, hey, grab me this. So yeah.
Oh, that's really nice.
Yeah, very true. Very true. We see them like each other once a year or twice a year, tops.
Yeah.
Which actually is coming up in this November. So very cool. We're looking forward to coming up.
Cool. Right. Yeah. I'm going to bring that. So this November is your 10-year anniversary of the Disney Nerds podcast. So from 2013 to 2023. And you guys are doing a meetup at Disney World for this anniversary.
Yeah, we do it every year. So this is our 10th year. It is November. We've kind of added since 2013.
Sure.
But it is November 9th, 10th, and 11th this year. We've been doing for, I want to say like 4 years on that Thursday, which is the 9th, a Splitsville premium event. It's the only event you got to pay for, because basically we have an open bar and food, and the open bar is like the liquor drinks, but still
really good. Open bar. Walt Disney World.
Yeah, I'm there.
It's a great deal. Plus, like, it's Splitsville, so we get the pizza, we get sushi, we get the chicken fingers. Basically, that's your dinner that night. You don't have to worry about eating somewhere else.
And there's a price for no drinks too. So there's like a lesser price for just food.
Yeah. From tuning in, I think it's a pretty good size difference too. It's like 35 for no alcohol, or 79 like with the alcohol. But
right.
I mean,
but if you think about a Walt Disney World drink is $12-$15.
That's what I was just going to say.
Drink.
Yeah.
So that adds up pretty quickly, especially at Splitsville in the evening.
If I walked into Splitsville on my own, had a couple sushi rolls or something to eat, and 3 drinks, say, I'm coming out with a tip probably around that anyway.
Oh yeah.
Right. So
I just in my head, Disney drinks are automatically $20 now. That's just what I think I'm spending when I get one.
Yes.
After tips and everything. Yeah. I guess so. Yeah. Plus we come with a little bit of swag. We'll give some stuff away, and we talk about the rest of the weekend.
Yep.
Right.
And we've got a cool view too. Like Splitsville has been wonderful working with us. They put us up on the second floor, and we're overlooking Disney Springs. So it's really cool. Like they got the tables and chairs there. So like we don't get to look at the view that much because we're bouncing around and talking to everybody and mingling and all that. But it's still kind of cool if you get a second, you look over and like
you can see down the entire drag all the way down to either side of Disney Springs from there. It's nice.
Yeah, because you can be like, okay, after we're gonna go over there to Salt and Straw, or different things like that. So,
but Splitsville has good food, I heard.
Yeah.
Oh,
surprisingly
awesome.
good food, and sushi being one of the tops. I still haven't put that together yet, but
they do it
Splitsville, I could do that. That is like a date night for us. We could do that and just that and go home and be good.
Sure.
Right.
Yep.
Well, it's kind of
Aaron,
fun.
have you been there?
Me?
Yeah.
I have. I've eaten there once. I have chilled with friends. I've gotten drinks there. I usually have gotten grabbed a beer and left. Typically, I don't because CityWorks is right there, and that's my number one place at Disney Springs.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, okay. Sure.
But I have been.
I can't go to CityWorks. We almost went there the other day. Can't go there just because we have one right by us up in Pennsylvania.
Oh, yes, the other
locations,
locations,
against the whole grain to go. I'm sorry, but
and Ed, that that makes sense. That makes sense.
That.
Yeah,
it does. Yeah, I'm not going to go to a place that's kind of local for me when I'm on vacation, right?
Right.
Absolutely.
If this is my jam. I want to try different stuff. So, actually, Jimmy's comment one time ago, Aaron doesn't eat when out. Wait a second.
I just drink.
Some people don't. Some people don't.
I just liquid diet.
Yeah.
Which is why you get along with Jimmy. Jimmy does the same thing. When he starts drinking, he doesn't eat. And like we've called him out on shows before because after the park is closed, he's got to get food and then he crashes. Like that's his Disney routine.
Right.
So
Yes.
Yeah.
Disney
I think we're
drinks
related somehow.
Disney drinks are expensive. The last thing you want to do is muck it up by having food absorb it.
Well, no.
Right,
See,
right.
my
What a
theory
waste.
is I got to get a snack every once in a while to soak up the alcohol so I can continue
Keep
drinking.
going, yeah.
Once I eat, if I'm drinking, and I like day drinking, but if I start drinking and then I eat, then I'm too full to want to drink anymore. And then I'm like, Jimmy, I just want to go to bed now.
Yeah.
So I
it's
tend
just
to not
snacking.
eat.
You got to fight it.
Yeah.
You got to fight it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to just grab McDonald's on the way home and call it a day.
Right, exactly.
Works
Yeah.
too.
And pass out
And
wherever.
use the money for the drinks like they should.
Yep.
Yes, Ed. Yes, exactly.
Hey, 29-cent cheeseburgers can pay for a lot of drinks.
Hey, they're
Yeah.
$4 now.
Yeah.
They're $4.
Jimmy said that Act 79 does also includes the food, alcohol tax, and gratuity. So again,
Oh, sure. Yeah, it
I
covers
think
a lot.
that's a great deal. And I mean, and like you guys are saying, it's a great start to your, 3-day, 10th anniversary or yearly anniversary that you guys are doing. So everyone gets together. Yeah.
And it's nice because everybody's relaxed. We're inside. We're having drinks. It's not out in the park shed, not underneath the sun and, doing the other stuff.
Yeah, we don't have to
No,
worry about the rain messing anything up. Like last year was a hurricane. Was the week of our meetup.
It messed
And
us up a little bit.
well, what's so funny is so Wednesday when a lot of people were going to come in, of course, MCO closed and a lot of people didn't make it. And we were kind of touch and go because Disney closed on that Wednesday. So we were touch and go. And then I think Splitsville reached out to Jimmy Thursday morning, was like, hey, do you guys still want to go? And we were like, yeah, we'll go with who's here and who can make it in. And
Yeah, they were good.
they, like I said, Splitsville has been awesome to us. So shout out to Splitsville for that.
Yeah.
And yeah.
This whole thing about 10 years also kind of brings to the point that every so often you kind of think back, like we've had 2 hurricanes affect our meetups in November.
Yeah.
2 or 3. We definitely had Matthew. We had this last year's. I think there might have been another one. We were there the one time they closed the parks for Matthew, which was a great experience for all of us because we went to the parks Friday afternoon before they closed them, and then Saturday afternoon when they opened them up for everybody. It was a different type of situation, but fun. We tried to make the best of it.
Yeah, especially if people empty out of the park and then wasn't it recently there was a storm, at Disney World and people kind of empty it out and then after they let people back in, it's quiet and people are taking advantage of that.
Well, sure.
Yeah.
I like to take advantage of the rain to begin with. So once it rains, the park's empty. I love it.
Yeah, if it's raining, I'm staying. I'm putting on a poncho or whatever and just going through.
I'm not even doing that. I'm going to be an inconvenience and shake like a wet dog.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Well, yeah, why not?
No, I have to be in a mindset to go to the parks. So me and my coworkers have a toxic habit of getting a reservation to Epcot before a hurricane comes, a light hurricane, because I'm
like,
on
get it out.
Yes, so I'm like I'm on ride out cruise. So if it like for Ian last year, I had to work. I worked 3 days straight, called it a day. It was beautiful, but it was actually a lot of fun being in Animal Kingdom for that long. But for like Nicole just brought rain and wind. We went to Epcot. The park was clear, and we did it for Adalia, which was less as impactful as Nicole because it stayed over yonder. But you know, it's just it's a now.
Aaron, I want that job. I want to be alone with the hurricane and Disney Parks job.
It is.
Yeah.
We were just talking about it today. We were like, we need another hurricane to come right at us, and I was like,
yes,
I get a lot of money, so I'm fine.
I will turn on the management make still it works and just write it all day.
The economy of hurricanes. Who would have known?
Right? We're like, we need natural disaster to make money.
I'm not sure I could trust myself if I were Aaron and I worked at Animal Kingdom. Like, I would hide and stay in the park all night and just go around and like talk to the animals. I love animals that much. Like, I would want to see like behind the scenes of like 2 a.m., 3 a.m. What's going
Dave,
on?
I would take like 50 videos of me doing the Mary Tyler Moore hat in front of the tower.
Love that. I do have to say, Disney will feed you well if you are working ride out crew. They feed you good.
I want that job.
So I actually did the Disney College program. Okay. So like when we did it, like all of us were like, "Yo, ride out crew, we want a hurricane to come." And of course, our hurricane did not come during my program, and I was like, "I didn't get to experience ride out crew."
Wait. Kim says she wants a hurricane named after her. Kim, it is. It's called Amazon. Jay's like,
okay, door slamming.
That was funny.
I am in the basement. There's a bathroom and a couch.
You can stay there for the rest of the night.
It's like that's what you're going to be all week.
The lights go off behind you.
There's a kegerator.
Do you have access to food?
It's like, can you do it in your basement?
No food. That's the one thing I don't have.
Can Uber Eats get to the basement?
Is there a window they can throw it through?
That is not even funny.
We'll just attach it to a drone and get it to you,
Dave. Come on, we can't go one show without talking about Kim's habit of buying sweatshirts at Disney when it's 90 degrees out, or
I miss my Kim. I haven't seen Kim in forever.
Okay. I just have to, as I sit here with a sweatshirt from Walt Disney World, say there's nothing wrong with that,
right? It's just a reason to buy it.
Yeah, and honestly, they're cheaper than Spirit jerseys, so I'm okay with getting the hoodies and the sweatshirts. I was on the Spirit jersey train. And then when the price went up, I was like, yeah, I'm jumping back on the hoodie and the sweatshirt.
Back on the hoodies. I'm more of a hoodie person. Professor Allen is he's our Spirit jersey guy. Wait, what did Morgan say? Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, but I know, I get it. I mean, but there's a lot of sweatshirts, She likes hoodies. She does. She loves hoodies.
She does.
I mean, I feel like I got to defend Kim now. Like, I mean, my house is a little cold. I work from home, so I'm always in a sweatshirt, and they all happen to be Disney ones that I've gotten. Hey, it's a thing.
Donald. Is that the sound of Kim nailing the basement door shut?
She would.
Yeah, she really will. You can lock it from the other side, so I can't lock it from down here. She can lock it from upstairs.
Oh, so she doesn't need the nails. She wants.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're done.
I got a TV and everything.
Yeah. I have a question because Dawn submitted a comment earlier. I just see my hat. Dawn submitted a comment earlier asking what our favorite drink hole was and why was it Baseline. Donald, what is your problem with Baseline?
I think he likes. Yeah, we love Baseline.
Baseline has the blood orange cider. This is my favorite drink in the world right now.
Ooh.
Okay, I read that as like, why is it? As that's not a good thing, and I was like,
no, yeah.
Okay, I was.
So why is Baseline Tap House going to be your answer every time?
I have
time.
several.
Exactly.
The Baseline is one of them for sure. I don't know.
That's the one in the area of Hollywood Studios that
Yeah.
I'm walking past at this moment. So yes, that is Baseline.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
it's always
Are you-
crowded to hang out usually for when I'm walking.
The blood orange cider is, I kid you not, my favorite drink on property right now.
$10 charcuterie, great beers on tap, right before Galaxy's Edge, right across from the Muppet Courtyard. But the Nomad Lounge is becoming it's really cool. It really is a cool place to sit there. And
Nomad Lounge is great, especially if you get on the backside on the river. It just it's such a nice spot where there's enough trees in the building around that it just kind of takes you to another world at DAC, and you're just like, am I actually in the theme park right now?
Yeah,
it's so cool.
I love
I agree with that one.
parts of the park like that where you forget that you're in the park.
In the park, right? Yeah.
You see now, stay Animal Kingdom, the Flame Tree Barbecue. I love that place because you can walk so far down to the lake and eat.
Yes.
You're not in the park anymore.
Yeah.
You are on the lake eating in the jungle somewhere.
I like a couple weeks ago, I was watching some of my birds, and a guest was like, "Oh, where do you recommend sitting?" Mind you, I don't work there, but I was in the seating area watching my animals, and I was like, "Oh, I recommend sitting down this way by the lake because you are." I was like, "You get the characters come by on the flotillas."
Right.
And you're kind of away from everyone. It's a little bit more quiet. I was like, I recommend that. And he was like, okay. And he goes, sits down there, and I hope he enjoyed it.
So, Aaron, where do you send guests you don't like?
They can go to the front of the park and walk out the exit turnstile.
It's tough to be
Triceratops spin.
Yes, they can go sit at like Primeval Whirl, which is all torn down. They can just sit on the concrete slab that's over there. Call it a day.
I mean, everybody knows that's for us as a family. Meet Kim and Colton Animal Kingdom. We love it. It really is. We just absolutely love it there.
Sure, definitely.
Yeah, and that's like why we went with the Bollywood music theme too, because it fits into Animal Kingdom. You know.
Dave, Kim asks, Kim says the best snack in Disney is Animal Kingdom at Trilobites, buffalo chicken chips on a garbage can. Honey, if you're eating on a garbage can, that's Epcot.
Yeah.
No, we've done it. There's a garbage can in front of the food stand there that sells the Trilobites. I get an elephant ear beer. Kim gets the Trilobites. Colton will get like a Mickey bar or something, or a pretzel, and we just kind of hover around that garbage can that's right in front of that stand. Yeah, that's our thing.
Only at Walt Disney World is it okay to dine on a trash can.
Did we get those tablecloths done last year? I can't remember.
Yes,
I was just going to ask that.
One of our giveaways, because so Friday night during our meetup, which I think this year is the 10th we talked about. We always go to Epcot and we walk halfway around. It's food and wine, so we stop periodically. Everybody goes and gets their drinks or their food. We do trivia and we have prizes for the trivia. And last year, my mom actually made some trash can tablecloths for us and had our Disney Nerds podcast logo on it. Huge hit, and they, I do believe, will be coming back this year in a different fabric.
Right, nice.
So these are part of a giveaway, or can people buy that?
It's a giveaway. We haven't set it up where anybody can buy them. I mean, she makes them separately, so you can order them separately. But yeah, we put because we do a little pocket where you could put silverware or whatever in the pocket, and we put our logo on it. And this year we're gonna do obviously the 10th year logo. But everybody loved them that got them, because if they answered the trivia question right, it was I gave them two options. You want the tablecloth or you want whatever else we had? And I think everybody picked the tablecloth until they were all gone. And we had 10 of them. So
they're really good.
It is a great idea. Yeah. I mean, you could have a spot, maybe stick your phone in it. Or your silverware. Right. Exactly. Or whatever you're carrying in your hand. So you could just eat.
Now I'm worried for you guys that this is going to become a thing, and then the next year Disney's going to do their own with Figment right in the middle.
Of course,
they can't now. We did it, so they're going to have to come after us.
Yeah.
So imagine this, though. We've got about 40, 50 of us walking around Epcot, either one side or the other each year. We change. This year, we're going to be on the England side. So we're going to start in Canada, walk our way to America. Once we get in America, we're getting there for the last showing of the concerts, wherever E to the Beat is that night. We're going to sit there and watch them and hang out. And we've kind of gravitated toward this one planter over in front of the American Experience that we've made our place to go, Jimmy's Planter.
We've nicknamed it Jimmy's Planter.
Yeah. So basically, we've got a sign that we poke in there whenever we show up. And then everybody kind of gravitates toward there, listen to the show, get more drinks, hang out until after that. Then we're going to find a place to watch the fireworks.
Yep.
That's awesome.
What's cool is that we'll hand out light sticks too. We've done this the last like maybe 5-6 years. So we have flags usually. We'll have a couple flags that we have that will kind of have people follow color wise. The light sticks match the color. So it's when you go off to get your snack, you just have to look to see the big group of purple or the big group of red or whatever to come back to the group and kind of hang out and be back with your group again. So it's not hard to hang,
right? Like the Brazilian tour groups, and
we totally steal off of them and take advantage of it. Sure.
And last year we actually upped it a notch, and some of the ladies wore tutus that had the lights.
I saw that. Yeah.
So you've got the flags, we got the glow sticks, and now we got the tutus. We're trying to figure out something good for the guys to wear. Well, I mean, obviously the guys.
I have no shame in my game. I would put on a tutu.
But
right.
We need something for Ed and Jimmy to wear. They're not feeling the
tutus work. Maybe bow tie. We'll see.
Tutu, double pink tutus.
Yeah,
tutus are like the kilt. You go commando underneath.
No,
not at Disney.
Yeah, that doesn't work.
Oh, really?
Maybe other places
stick out a little far.
Yeah, there's
maybe other
places. Yeah,
I'm not risking anything below the belt on a ride. Sorry.
Yeah. There's no.
The tutus are not made out of. Yeah, they're not made out of great material. They're like meshy and stuff.
Dave, Aaron, I'm hearing we need to Barbie pink tutus for our meetup.
Okay.
There you go.
Whatever. Hey, Katie, girl, what's up? Katie from Popping the Popcorn, congratulations on 1,000 subscribers.
Oh,
very
great
cool. Congratulations.
Katie's one of our admins in our group. Katie, you rock.
We love Katie.
You know me. I will wear whatever you put out in front of me. I ain't got no shame. Doesn't matter.
And they are on Amazon, which, I'm assuming that your wife knows a lot about Amazon. So
oh my God, loves it. Yeah.
I'm sure she can do a search right now and have it for you tomorrow.
Yeah. It's probably in the mail already.
Yeah.
Get all the MTD guys matching pink tutus with light up pink tattoo.
Sure.
Tutus.
Yeah. Match whatever the color is this year.
And I think what the girls did last year is they did Mickey color, so white, black, red, and yellow. Ooh. So just find one in that color, and you come and hang out.
I think you guys were talking about a couple of weeks ago, maybe like a guys wearing like a tie that glows
or
light
up
or
something. Yeah.
But like a headband.
Maybe. Well, we have the light sticks, so you can kind of do things with the light sticks.
Right, yeah.
I mean, if you want to get weird,
glow
it's
sticks
adults
together.
playing with lights now.
Have a couple cocktails and have your own personal rave.
Yeah, sure. Whatever works.
Why do I need the cocktails to have the oh, okay.
Yeah, true.
And usually after we get
yeah,
I know, right? But after we get done with fireworks at Epcot that night, usually on the Friday, we'll either kind of go over to the boardwalk and do something over there, dueling pianos or something, or just basically go back to the hotel. Usually we kind of stay at the same place, so we kind of hang out at the hotel before and after, things like that too. It's pretty cool, but we're all getting ready for Saturday, because Saturday is the scavenger hunt. This year we're going to have the scavenger hunt at Epcot. It's our 10th annual scavenger hunt also. We've been doing them for 10 years. And I'm really looking forward to this year. It's going to be super fun. Epcot will do it in World Showcase, probably only half a World Showcase and a little extra. And it's a pretty cool time. It'll take about 3 hours to go around, and then we gather people back up. We grade all the tests, the scavenger hunts, and then we give prizes out.
Yeah, we'll put everybody in teams, so you don't have to come like just one person and you're doing it by yourself. Everybody gets put in teams. This is probably this is the big thing I feel like for the weekend, because we have prize bags and you learn so much. Ed does an awesome job. This is his baby that he puts together every year.
It's fun.
We do we do a park different park every single year. This is just Epcot's turn. And yeah, I feel like every year that we do this, I come out like, even if I'm not doing it, but like reading the test, I'm like, I didn't know that. Like you learned something else about the park, which is really cool.
That's the original reason I did it.
Yeah.
What's an example of something that, and not on this upcoming scavenger hunt, but like,
sure.
So you have a pre-printed list for these groups of people.
Yeah,
that they have to find.
Yeah, we'll have printed pages. And go ahead.
This is actually the one from Hollywood Studios. So this was.
Oh, it's a graded one, even.
Yeah, like.
Have you made
this was
that?
the year of COVID.
Yeah. So turn the page.
It looks like a published book.
Well, some years are better than others. Let's give you that. Depends on the supplies I have. So basically, I'll ask different questions, and each page will tend to be a land of the park or where we're going. Wow. And then I'll do a general page, and it'll be puzzles and games and different ways to figure out what the clue is. I try to make it so that everybody's going to have fun doing it, from the beginners to the real experts. And I only put maybe about 5 or 6 really, really tough questions in there, because that'll get the really expert people out, and they'll get to the top part of it. But it makes it so that everybody can still play it. But yeah, to me, the best.
Arabesh.
Yeah,
Arabesh.
I had to do that. We did some translating for that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm trying translating in my head over here.
Yeah,
Kim made some shirts for us a couple of years ago with Arabesh on it.
Yeah.
For our trip, and it had Disney Night Live. Now that's Disney on it, but it had things on the back in Arabesh. Which was
great.
Cool.
Being able to play with that language, and even just seeing how far in the past Star Wars has actually been using that language in the different movies and such, is really hilarious. It's great to see it all the time.
Yeah.
So the scavenger hunts are fun. I learn a lot, which is awesome. Everybody who participates, plays it, they learn some stuff. And we give a lot of prizes out, so you're more than likely going to pick up something.
Yeah,
Kim, Morgan does Scentsy. Go ahead, here, let me pull that up.
Yeah, I am a Scentsy addict. This is the Disney 100 that you see behind me.
Have it as well.
But my mom's a consultant, so we kind of have an addiction here. We have
Kim's a consultant. I don't know if you knew that.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
Yeah, Kim.
And so is Jimmy.
So is the other Kim.
Right. Yeah. Kim Horn. Yeah.
Interesting.
So, Scentsy's awesome.
It is awesome. So that's I think you can see right there. You can see my Mando and my Groot right here.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have the Mickey Jack-o'-lantern that came out this year in our hallway. I have the Stitch that looks like Stitch. I have that one. I have a Villains one
over there.
Yeah, I have an Alice in Wonderland. Like, we have so many. Like, we're running out of rooms, but that's not really going to stop us.
Scentsy. No.
Yeah.
Hasn't stopped.
Dishes. That's what I do. Just throw out dishes and baby memorabilia.
Oh, wow.
Is that the Scentsy buddy?
Huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I had to get her. So
she's really cute.
Yeah, and she's so soft.
She looks a lot happier than she is in the show.
Yeah. It's like that Mona Lisa smirk right there, you know?
Yeah.
She does that very well, by the way, Rosario Dawson, in the series. That look, she gives that look. I love it.
We're gonna have to talk about this show when it's over because I have so many wonderful things to say about it.
Yeah.
Her her looks, the way she channeled the animated character and brought her to life. But I'm gonna
One of the other parts of the show that I think is going to be phenomenal once we get done with it too, so we can talk about it, are all the other characters that have been brought to life. That hands down is the biggest thing I think I'm taking away from this so far. Watching Ahsoka is all these animated characters that we've grown to love and been part of the story now, and now they're alive.
So Ed, are you like me? Were you thinking this is the live action season is the best season of Rebels yet?
It's pretty good. I mean, it definitely is another season, 5th season of Rebels for sure. Best, I don't know. Kaylin isn't around. And Kanan, he has to be here, so that's the toughest part, I think, of the entire part of this. But everything else seems pretty hot.
Anybody watching or listening, if you have not watched Star Wars Rebels, it is it's animated. It's 4 seasons. You can watch it and then watch Rogue One and A New Hope. It is some of the best Star Wars out there, hands down.
And also,
it ties into everything going on.
It helps you for Ahsoka. It also helps you for Ahsoka.
Yeah.
Well, sure.
And then I actually, I've been reading a lot of the Star Wars books. And I just literally this past week finished the Alphabet Squadron trilogy, and Hare's a general in there. So it's kind of cool
matches,
to get
See,
that.
now I spent a lot of my youth reading Star Wars books, and I read so many of them only to have about 5 years ago them declare them not real anymore, or not canon. So it was just such a, I'm not putting a lot of time into reading books anymore from Star Wars.
So Kim asked, how could Ahsoka be treated by Anakin when he was turned into Vader? That happened between
Before
episodes 2 and 3.
Yeah. Oh, that's the best way to say it. Sure.
Yeah, there's a
and
whole
that's where.
good.
Go ahead.
Oh, see, there's a whole good 5-year gap right there that you just plug into.
And the animated series, The Clone Wars, gives you an example of everything that happened in that time frame between 2 and 3.
Is it spoilerific to talk about the young Ahsoka we saw this week?
No, I don't think so, because I guess we could say we touched back on her past. I mean, that's her. We're definitely going to find more about her. I expected that.
The cartoon Ahsoka suddenly was alive, and she was played by the little girl who played young Gamora.
Never remember being that young, and I know she was too, in the animation.
It's been like 200 years since I was that young.
Yeah.
I don't think
so that actress, she played young Gamora, and she's played other young versions of characters before. So
I feel like I saw a photo somewhere that showed her as Ahsoka, as Gamora, and as somebody else, and I can't. Off the top of my head, I can't remember the.
It wasn't a Disney franchise, so my brain could care less.
Yeah.
And Kim, real quick. I'm sorry. I was reading Kim's question again. Just real quick, Kim, you got to go back and look at that partnership between Anakin and Ahsoka, because it is an incredible Padawan master connection. Forget the entire Darth Vader part of the equation. Has nothing to do with it, and it was pretty phenomenal.
I think the best part of the relationship is how immature it was, because Ahsoka and Anakin are like, "Ooh, trouble! Let's get in it."
Right, because Anakin was learning too. He had no idea what he was doing trying to train a Padawan. It was hilarious. It was great.
Well, and it keeps to Anakin being himself throughout any of the episodes way before Ahsoka was involved, and he was learning, like he was under Obi-Wan, and how he just wanted to help or just be involved, and so that kind of carried on as a master, and so it's cool to see.
I mean, this is pre Vader. But
we're about to pop the Star Wars bubble, Dave.
Well, but so in the 2 episodes ago, right, for Ahsoka, all right, Morgan, are you caught up? How far are you?
Well, don't go too many details because we don't want to ruin it for anyone watching.
Yeah.
All right.
I usually try to binge the whole season, so I think I've only seen one episode.
I tried not to, but
did Ahsoka? Or let me ask this: did Ahsoka have visions that he was going to become evil?
No.
Actually, in the Clone Wars, had he not gotten knocked out, he would have seen what was coming when he met the brother and sister and the father.
Yeah. No spoilers. All right. So, all right. I won't be that person because we haven't seen Rebels or Clone Wars. And I know people say you have to. I'm really enjoying Ahsoka.
And there's lists out there. There's lists of specific episodes you can watch. You don't have to watch the entire seasons trying to figure out where this is. The same thing happened with the Obi-Wan series and The Mandalorian. The last season of Mandalorian with the Mandalorians and Bo-Katan and all those different characters. They tell you what you can look for lists, and they'll say, watch this episode, watch that episode. And with Disney Plus, you can.
And one thing that, like I said, I do read the Star Wars books and try to do like a book review on the DisneyNerdsPodcast.com. Any Ahsoka fans, this is after. This is a great book to get a little bit more into Ahsoka. So this is Anakin's become Vader. Like it's after this timeline is what she's in.
And you know, Morgan, for anybody that has an Amazon account, I just picked that up on the Kindle version for $2.99. It's on sale.
Oh, awesome.
Oh, nice.
That's
very
cheap.
Cool.
Yeah.
Kim, that's the Clone Wars.
Yeah,
that's a great animated series. The first season is a little rough because let me rephrase that. The animation is great, but it's a little rough for some people's eyes, and they just move on from there.
I will say this about if you're watching or listening and you're questioning yourself, do I want to sit down and watch a Star Wars cartoon? Yes, you do, because it's not Scooby-Doo. It's not Saturday morning cartoon. It's
There's
very
wow.
mature storytelling. People are going to die. You're going to really love characters who never spoke, who were just in the background of the films.
One of the things I always say about liking Disney and doing research on Walt Disney and the old parks and things like that and all the different parts is that it puts different pieces of the puzzle together for me. That's the same with Star Wars. The entire story of Star Wars is very broken up. That's just the way they did it. The animation puts a lot of the puzzle pieces together that connect the 3 different trilogies together. And it makes so much more sense once you have all that background to it. And yes, it's a lot of time. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
but
it is. And you know, we've seen Vader come into some of these Disney Plus series, but when are we getting his own? Like, when is that going to happen? Because
dude, the whole story is Vader's story.
I was
but like, when are we going to
like a Disney? It's just you're going to follow Darth around just like pounding on people.
Yeah.
Like,
yes.
I would so tune in.
Like John Wick, but with a lightsaber. You know?
Yes.
Yeah,
and the Force.
no.
He'll just walk around and choke people. He's just like choking this guy, choking this guy. Lightning.
He's always going to be the heavy.
Starbucks in line at Starbucks. Just like
okay, here's the series. Every week you have a new hero. And by the end of the show, Darth crushes that hero. So it could be someone from the Resistance one week. The next week it'll be just some Empire cog pusher, and then he just tries to make a big,
right?
And
Disney
Darth
World,
crushes him at the end.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining because now I'm picturing a Vader John Wick. I'm like, well, what would be the dog? Would it be a dog or would it be a different alien? Like,
it's the little mouse droid.
Who did they kill? Right? Yeah,
K9 from Doctor Who. Then it ties it all together.
You killed my dog.
That hurts.
There's really like no point to it other than
I love K9.
like you pissed him off and he just has a lightsaber and he chokes people. That would be the Vader series, but I don't think it would be all that bad.
I wouldn't even need like a script. You could film this right now, just Vader walking by going chop, chop, chop.
Right. I mean, well, he's been in the Obi-Wan, series, which was fantastic. I'm dying for Boba Fett, the new season to come out, and
you got to check out Robot Chicken. I bet they have enough cutaways of Vader and Star Wars that you probably have a good Star Wars series going there. The things that he did, that's kind of crazy.
Robot Chicken?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to see
the breaks between the cartoons on Cartoon Network or at nighttime.
Dave, Robot Chicken?
I don't know Robot Chicken.
I'm disappointed. Dave, I'll tell you right now.
Homework.
Picks up the phone and talks to Vader right after he's in the Death Star. One of the funniest things you're going to see. You're going to laugh.
Disappointed with myself on a daily basis, Aaron. Don't worry about it.
Oh my gosh, Dave.
Right. And just to put it out there, Family Guy, the 3 Star Wars movies and Family Guy are must watches.
Yes, so good.
Okay, so Family Guy is hilarious. Yeah, and I know he touched on Star Wars. So.
My favorite parody with Star Wars is Eddie Izzard talking about the Star Wars canteen on the Death Star.
Oh my God. I love Eddie Izzard. Really? I didn't even know this.
Yeah.
Oh God. There's actually a YouTube video where somebody actually did the Lego world of the Darth Vader and they've got his monologue of that comedy playing over it. And so little stormtroopers are walking around the canteen and
write that down. I want to watch that.
I've got a lot of stuff to watch.
Just real quick, if you're also listening, you're going to type in Eddie Izzard. Eddie is now Susie Izzard, so keep that in mind if that pops up.
Yeah, exactly. When our son Colton was younger, Kim had bought a book for Colton, and it was a Daddy and Darth Vader book, and it's hilarious. I have to find it and show it on here one night because it's just Darth Vader and Luke, but it's like Luke, no, don't do that, and kind of going through the whole thing of a kid. So, used to read that to him every night.
I didn't even think about that. You do a live book reading.
Yeah, I could actually just go through it.
Not a bad thought.
Yeah.
Once upon a time.
See, that's our next. That's our next show.
I find those all the time.
Really? Stories.
Yeah, there's a lot of YouTube videos of that out there.
And don't they still do that on the Disney Resort TVs?
They do, yes.
Yeah.
It plays three books, 3 stories.
To put kids to sleep?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Theoretically.
It's like
get them ready to go back out to the fireworks, one or the other.
True, yeah.
Yeah. It's like a certain time frame, certain channel.
2 of the books are frozen.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Oh
Sure.
yeah, sure.
I think there's like Olaf's Story, there's Elsa and Anna, then there's
Frozen.
Cars, and that's it.
Cars, yeah, that's right. You got to throw that.
Which
in
is
there.
arguably the best one, but
Yeah.
Sure.
Cars over Frozen.
Yeah.
Yes.
I feel like we're gonna have to this. Oh, this might become something now.
My goodness.
You know,
Well, I mean, it
Frozen
doesn't have to be an argument. It's just like some people like
Aaron
Cars.
goes
about to
some people
open
like
up in
Frozen.
Hong Kong. We could do Frozen Land versus Cars Land.
Aaron got so serious. He goes, yes. I love Frozen. I really do.
Yes. I love
Yeah.
Elsa, but I'm not
Yeah.
gonna pass up Cars over Frozen.
Really?
Absolutely. And arguably, even though it's not a Pixar movie, Planes is better than Cars.
Wasn't that like
Planes
Cars
is good.
3?
There's a couple.
What, for Planes?
Yeah, was that like, so there was how many Cars movies? Like 3 or 2?
3 Cars movies and
Okay.
2 Planes movies.
Oh, so
Right.
Planes,
Planes
was
were
separate.
separate.
It wasn't like the Cars
Correct.
in the Planes?
But Planes is the same universe, but it's not a Pixar
Okay.
movie. A lot of people keep
Much
calling it
to
Pixar
learn.
movie, and it is not. It is a
Yeah,
Disney
I
movie.
thought it was a
Same.
Pixar movie, actually.
Okay.
Mhm. It's Disney, but it's in the same world as Cars, but it's Planes.
I'm
Which
so
is why I
far
like
behind
it
on
more.
all this stuff. Rebels, clones,
Get
planes.
the list going.
Yeah, robot chicken.
Robot
Chicken
Chicken, just
robot.
hit YouTube after you get done with us.
Yeah, I'm gonna be in my
Star
bed
Wars
tonight
Robot
after
Chicken.
this show. It's a
You're
Star
going to be
Wars show.
amazed. It's a
2 a.m.
Everyone-
We're still gonna be on YouTube.
I'm gonna be up.
All
Kim's
the
like, go to
listeners are
bed.
just going to be watching
Yeah.
YouTube.
Just put the YouTube app on your TV, and that way you don't have to get up from the couch.
Airplay.
Have it. Yeah, I have it. Oh my god. Man, fun show tonight, guys. I really am just so excited to have Ed and Morgan here from Disney Nerds Podcast and the Disney Nerds Group. We're really just excited to have you guys here after watching your show on Tuesdays and watching you guys live. It's fun to have you here.
Do you have time for one more quick question that we can
Yeah,
get to you guys?
all the time you guys have. Yeah.
Okay, one of the things we do with all our interviews is no matter who we have on, we always ask the question, what makes you a Disney nerd? Because every one of us has that little spark that happened either when we were a kid or when we were an adult, or something that happened at work or at home, or something that kind of started this whole journey into this world of Walt Disney World, or Walt Disney, I should say. Forget Walt Disney World, just the entire world of Disney. So I want to throw that at you guys. What makes you a Disney nerd?
Who wants to go first? Out of
I'll go
us?
first. Mine's pretty easy.
Keep thought faces on all of you
Yeah.
guys.
I grew up in San Diego, and I've been going to Disneyland as long as I can remember. So I've been hardwired in since a child. I walked into that place and went, I love this. This is my one true love. This is my thing. This is my everything. I have never changed that in almost 50 years.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Very
It's
cool.
just
Location,
As-
location,
yeah.
location.
Yeah.
patient that got me into it, and I've been into it since I first walked through the turnstiles.
Very cool.
How about
Dave,
you,
you
Aaron?
can go.
No,
Oh, me?
you go. Yeah, come on.
I think David
So
needs
I've-
more time to think.
Yeah. So I
Aaron is like, when I first cashed that check, I was like, yeah, I'm in.
he said,
Those birds.
yeah, no. So,
Wait, I changed my answer. It's quitting Disneyland. When I worked there.
Then you became a fan.
right. No,
Older show.
I have such a weird thought on Disney now, especially because I work there. And of course, that whole mentality of you working there just destroy a lot of things for you. But there is a saving grace. And the saving grace is that I've always loved that being at Walt Disney World, or like Walt Disney World in general, has always been a place of chasing your dreams and imagining and creating that world that you want to be in, and, you know, believing and stuff like that. And like, I am a huge go-getter. I'm a goal setter. I am a dreamer in a way that I always have something in my mind that I'm working towards. And being in the parks and finding those little things of magic that really keep you going, like not going to ride Haunted Mansion. Exactly. And it's not like I'm going to go to Walt Disney World to ride certain rides. I'm going to Walt Disney World to watch a show that's going to give me that spark of hope and, you know, love that I like. And it's not something I get every time. So it's not going to be I'm just like, I feel sad, I'm going to go to Walt Disney World. I'm looking for that right thing that's going to make me feel good. And that's what makes me love these parks the most.
I like that.
Good.
Yeah, I think, God bless you.
Chris.
Was that a
Is
sneeze?
that Chris's answer?
No, just said bless you, Chris.
God bless you. We love you, Chris.
We love you, Chris. Now be quiet.
So I'm 51 years old. I didn't go to Disney World until I was 28. And so when I see so many people talk about like the world of Disney and all the things and like Walt Disney when they were younger and they remember watching that, as a kid, I didn't even know who Walt Disney was, to be honest with you. We didn't have a lot of money growing up. There was no way my family was taking us to Disney World. We were lucky to maybe go down to Point Pleasant for the day in New Jersey, you know what I mean, as a family of 5 kids. So getting to Disney World for the first time and then seeing everything, and like I said earlier, like, so I have anxiety and I have OCD and I'm very planned out. I think it's so structured that it fits me as a person. But then when I met Kim and we had Colton, and he's on the spectrum, and we took him when he was 5, and just seeing how great of a job like they do with people with special needs, and it just worked for us as a family. So I think there's a lot of different like aha moments for me that go into all of that, but I'm still amazed by just the detail that goes into all of this. Like, think about when you were younger, your parents went out for a weekend and you were throwing a party, you were going to have 25 friends over, and think about like everything you would have to like plan for, and maybe like think this is it's, you know, a giant corporation, and there's people coming to the park, and there's all these different aspects of it happening at one time. And I just think it's amazing that like that goes on a daily basis. It operates like pretty much seamlessly, right? You know, like it's insane to me. I still am blown away by the detail that goes into it and all the planning and the different things that happen. So
Dave, does it ever hit you when you're taking the ferry boat that you're like, this is all manufactured to look like this? It's not really this. I'm on the second floor of something when I cross over.
Somebody thought about all of that. Like some genius thought about all the things that went into it. There's so much planning. There's so much detail. There's so much imagination. I just can't believe that people have developed all these different things out of it. I mean, it's just insane for me. Yeah.
Very cool.
I mean, it brings my family so much joy. We go there every year, spring break, when Kim, who's a teacher here in New Jersey, is out, and Colton's on spring break, and it still like gets Colton's interest at 14, you know, and they work with him, and we get the DAS pass, and it works for us as a family. I mean, just love it. I really do.
Great.
And I like to pretend that I'm somewhere else. Yeah.
Well, you are.
You are.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like you said, like you don't even realize maybe you're like in a Disney park. I don't even realize like I'm in the real world. Like I'm at Disney World and
you're in the bubble.
Right.
I'm in the bubble. Right. And we don't, and people are like, oh, you don't leave the bubble. We don't leave the bubble. I don't want to leave the bubble. There's no reason.
Is terrible. Once I cross that Walt Disney World sign, I'm like,
right.
Rain off.
I love it. So are we,
that's not me, Ed, they're talking about, by the way. The Facebook user, the last comment.
Yeah.
Let's see. Wow, really?
No, that's not me.
Wow.
I'm saying.
Oh, okay. Me. I was gonna. Oh, T9 is talking about her husband. I was like,
gotcha,
Ed didn't go until he was 40. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's everybody has their different ways of getting to the magic. I joined a bunch of the people here. I watched it on TV Sunday nights. I watched Walt when I was a kid, and my parents, lucky enough, we got to go down in '76, so we didn't wait that long.
That's great. Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. My wife has been there several times when she was younger, and stayed at the Polynesian when it was just the only second resort there. You know, like
she's got stories of swimming out in the lake.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
I'm so jealous every time she tells them. Like,
it's nuts when she tells me that. I'm like, you swam in that water? She's like,
you're still alive?
You're still there?
The beach behind the Contemporary, too, with the waves and everything. That was a setup back
She remembers the wave machine.
Yeah,
it's like insane that, you know, but the different time periods and everything that goes into it. And,
they didn't have seatbelts back then. Don't forget that.
Yeah.
No.
That's true. And our toys were made of metal.
Yes.
And our
Lawn darts.
Man, what an awesome show. Yeah, that's a great thing to think of, Ed. And I'm going to keep thinking about it because there's just so many things that go into it for me. So
Sure, definitely.
you got me. Yeah.
And also, like, when we ask that question, what's so great is, like, I mean, I think about y'all's answers because, like, you know, Gina, you guys talking about, you know, being cast members, and I'm thinking about my time in the college program. And, you know, I've actually got this awesome story when I was a guest that I was talking to a kid riding on the safari. We were in the line, and the kid's asking his mom, like, you know, is this going to be scary? Are the lions going to get me? And just,
Yes.
you know, like who I am as far as, like, especially when I'm in the parks, I turn around, I talk to the kid and, you know, tell them, oh, no, the lions aren't going to get you. There's, like, they have little walls that doesn't look like a wall, that, you know, like, explaining it to a kid. And he grabs my hand, and his mom gets almost a little emotional. She's like, oh my God, my kid's on the spectrum and he doesn't touch anybody. And you're a complete stranger and he's holding your hand. And, like, I was like, oh my God, I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to cry. Like, and that moment.
Yeah, but you connected with them, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
And, like, moments like that happen all the time in the parks,
Right.
whether or not you're a cast member, a guest, or whatever. Like,
on a daily basis, though.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, think about, like, you know,
Morgan,
and when
you're
I
so
tell
much nice.
people we're into Disney, go ahead.
See, Morgan, you're so much nicer than I am because I would look at that kid straight in the eyes and been like, oh, sweetie, no, you're a snack. You want your parents.
Just get it go for your head first.
You're just the mozzarella stick before the
meat. Dave knows I've been next to those lions, and you're definitely a snack. Trust.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell a 6-year-old that, though. You know?
I would. I'm going to be like, the lion's shoulder is at my face. It's terrifying.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
I couldn't do your
massive.
Your job there. I couldn't do your job. I couldn't do it.
No, really? Oh, I could in a heartbeat. You're kitty. Come out, daddy.
Fun fact. Dakari, the male, the only male that they have, almost peed on me. So
I remember you said that. Yeah.
Yeah, I said it on one of my episodes, but yeah, he almost peed on me for Ed Morgan. So think of just like house cat, but just 1,000.
A lot more urine. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, Aaron, I couldn't do a job where I go in every day and I'm not at the top of the food pyramid. If I have something else can eat,
get used to that.
Yeah.
Or at least, if I got to worry about getting peed on, like, I stop it there, let alone maybe getting a snack.
Women are available. Here, kitty, come say, car.
Aaron, you could go to HR, literally say, my coworker peed on me.
Yeah.
There you go.
Kind of.
I need a few days mental health.
Yes.
What's the and I love it, but I never remember the name. The show that it's the Disney Plus National Geographic.
The show's great. Yeah.
The
magic of Disney's Animal Kingdom.
Which I love that show. I love that
show. So yeah, I mean, and I think it was episode 3 in season 1 where they showed the macaws, and before we had Aaron on for the first time, but just all of that goes into it too, and the animals, it's insane.
Aaron, I'd be so insulted. You can't remember where you work, and he goes there all the time.
Animal Kingdom. No, I can't remember the name of the show. I know where
Aaron.
I would be so insulted.
No, he doesn't know the show. No one knows the show. They're like, that show, the Disney
with the ones with the
behind the scenes.
The one. I get so many people, and
I know the name.
Thank you, Morgan. Caitlin, my supervisor, who was on the first season with the macaw flyover, had a fan come up to her who watched the show.
Oh, yeah?
And the family was sobbing. I think she was a little bit on the spectrum. The girl, her name was Grace.
Right.
But she just connected with Caitlin. She had a meet and greet with one of the birds. It was so
beautiful,
sweet. It was so
cute. You remembered
her,
from the episode.
She did. She was like, she talked to another trainer, and she was like, "Oh, we watched the show, blah blah blah." And the Prince Can't we shot, she was like, "Well, Caitlin's here," and the family just starts sobbing because they know the girl loves Caitlin from the show. Yeah. So, anyways, they were like, "Hey, Caitlin, you have a fan here," and the girl comes up and meets Caitlin and like has a meet and greet with one of our birds because she was still there, and the family is just like, Thank you. Just so appreciative and grateful. And it was a magical
one of those moments.
It truly was.
Yeah.
It was truly
cool.
I think that's one of the good things about that show coming out, like the first season, and I'm so glad they did a second season. I hope there's more seasons. Is not only do you like appreciate Animal Kingdom more, but you learn the specific names of the birds. You learn about what you guys as cast members do behind the scenes that as guests we don't see. Like we see the macaws flying, and we don't know how that happened, where they don't just fly off and go somewhere else.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like we get this like deeper appreciation for everything that happens in Animal Kingdom, and like when I took my boyfriend, and he has never been to Animal Kingdom. I took him on his first trip, and I had him watch the magic of Animal Kingdom. So we're walking through the gorillas, and he recognized the gorillas from the show.
Yeah,
and
Gino, and
yes, I've met him. He's terrifying.
Yeah, he's huge. Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad there was distance between us, so I'd worry about him peeing too, you know.
He's terrified. I would, come here, Gino.
I've been to the barn. I met warthogs, lions, tigers, and gorilla. And Gino, they were like, okay, we're about to go in holding, and Gino's back in the first room. You're going to be about 3 feet away from him, and he might slam on the bars and scream at you. And they're like, but don't move. And I'm like,
how can you not move?
Because it reinforces him, because he likes it. He likes when people are getting scared, so he's going to do it again. So they're like, if you don't want it to happen, they're like, literally don't move. And guess what he does? He runs at the bars and goes, boom! He beats his chest, and you're just like, this massive silverback gorilla. You're like, oh my god.
Is there a way to just go, oh, I'm so bored with you, Gino.
You're funny gorilla.
Anything else?
Yeah. That's all I got.
That behavior now.
Massive respect for that animal. 100%.
Yeah.
Cool.
They're
you
super
have to,
powerful.
when they're like twice the size of you gotta have that respect for them.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
That show's pretty cool. It shows me. Yeah, I know, right? It shows everybody that the Animal Kingdom is really a zoo. I mean, it matches the San Diego show. It matches the Bronx Zoo show. It's basically everything they do too. It's the same.
Right? Yeah, those shows are great as well. Yeah, I watch all of them. But just seeing, because you get to go, we do, Animal Kingdom and see it. So love it.
I do have to say though, it's better than a zoo. I mean, I go to the zoo.
It is better than a zoo.
And every time I go to my zoo, I'm like, this is not Animal Kingdom.
It has attractions and food and
Avatar.
And arguably the best macaw flyover on any.
It really does have
States.
Yeah, very much so.
And Aaron's favorite lounge.
Yeah,
Nomad Lounge.
Yeah,
hello.
Love Nomad Lounge. They should make a drink after the macaws. Aaron, take this to your people.
Okay.
They need to make a drink of like a tropical drink named after one of the macaws, or to look like a macaw.
Yeah.
There's no reason we shouldn't have this at Animal Kingdom.
Something with like the different layers of like the different colors.
Right, the different colors. Yes, I want to see that. Yeah.
I'll bring it up tomorrow. I'll bring it up tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I'll bring it up tomorrow in our morning meeting. And
doesn't have to be Nomad Lounge. It could be.
We have 4 different lead birds in the tiki room. I saw that adorable tree holding the witch's apple cups. I want to fight with all 4 parrots.
Yeah.
Like a tree with different parrots. A
tree with the 4 different parrots. Drink out of and take home, and then like
coconut rum. Yeah, there we go.
Nice.
I got it.
I'll bring it up. Bring that
to the people tomorrow. Tell them
I will.
Yeah, give me a call.
Tiki room flight.
Because we'll be there in November, and if I don't see one of those drinks in November,
I'm coming to see you, Aaron. Pitchforks and fire.
I'm gonna be like, Morgan, come right here. I'll be right back. And I bring my own liquor and I make something. Here you go.
My own liquor. Aaron's like Tom Cruise flipping bottles. Here you go, Morgan. Oh man, so much fun tonight, guys. Again, thank you so much, Ed and Morgan from Disney Nerds and the Disney Nerds podcast. Please don't forget the Disney Nerds 10th anniversary podcast meetup, which is in November.
And Dave, we're going to post that on our page, right? We're going to post it on our page, right?
Yeah, definitely. So I have it for tonight's show, but Here's their advertisement: 10-year, 2013 to 2023 anniversary. And tune into the Disney Nerds. Not only their podcast, which is out, I mean, like on all podcast platforms, but their live show, which is every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It is Eastern, isn't it?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. We say 9 p.m. Walt Disney World time.
Sure.
Walt Disney World time, right?
Yeah.
We also have the blog, the
Right.
Disney Nerds podcast blog. You can go there. That's our main site. We also have, and I don't want to say this too loud because you're a sponsor. We also have Dreamfinder Radio. So we do have our own radio station also that plays Disney music, park music, things like that. We're getting ready to switch over to holiday stuff in probably about 3 or 4 weeks.
And this is like by you guys, or like how does that?
Yeah,
Jimmy and I put it together. I load the music and I
that.
keep track of it. And we do the same things as they'll do. I mean, if you want to put something specific on, we could throw it up there and it'll be on within a couple minutes.
And it's dreamfinder.com, is it?
Dreamfinder Radio.
Radio.
Yeah. Okay. And it's dreamfinder.com, or go to the DisneyNerdsPodcast.com and you'll find the links.
You heard none of that. Jasper, you
first time. Yeah, Jasper, I'm sorry, but it is the first time I'm hearing about that. Yeah, no. Great. Man, thanks again. Fun. Yeah.
And we're on all the socials, so you can find us pretty much anywhere.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
We're around.
This is fun.
You're welcome. Yeah, we're all over.
And we're around.
Yeah, and anytime. And I had so much fun with you guys tonight, and Skipper Jay and Aaron, and we have an outro for all of our viewers and our listeners to see. But don't go anywhere. You guys will be behind the scenes, and then we'll come back.
Yep.
So here's our outro.
The outro up.
Okay. Outro, everybody.
Wait till the last second. Nice.
See you later.
Bye.
There it is. Found it.